Oh, super unaware of white male privilege? Nothing that I just said has to do with race. I don't care if you're Asian, you're black, you're Latin American. If you want to make it in America and in capitalism, guess what? You provide value. I don't care what the color of your skin is. Get off your ass and work. Yeah, we got a little unapologetically tough here about race. You'll see it in this video. First, we'll talk a little bit about Vancouver real estate and these insane expectations somebody has. And then we've got some talking to do about race and poverty. Let's go. I signed a pre-approval for $500,000, but can't buy anything in Vancouver. Yeah, because you're in Vancouver. You could probably find some real estate in Vancouver. Let's go take a look. Let's look at Vancouver real estate. 45 listings under 500,000 Canadian dollars. What do you mean you can't buy anything? You don't want to buy anything. That's your problem. You have a wants versus needs problem, man. That's what you got. Look at this. Look at that. I get a 1-bedroom, 1-bath, 518 square feet, move-in ready, gorgeous apartment in Vancouver. And this is awesome. You could totally buy something with a $500,000 pre-approval letter. The problem is you don't want to. You don't want to because you don't want to live in a 1-bedroom. That's your problem. You got to start somewhere. That's not the market's problem. That's your problem. Vancouver's awesome, and real estate prices have been falling in Vancouver. So I don't know that you necessarily have to like hurry up and buy. I'm not encouraging anybody to just hurry up and buy real estate right now. But you know, I mean, there are plenty of things for you to choose from here. Maybe you could even get a little fixer-upper. And let's see here. Here's the studio for $299. You know, and I don't know Vancouver, so I don't know the areas over here in terms of what's a good area or a bad area. I'm just trying to see if I can find something that maybe looks like a little bit of a fixer-upper. Looks decent. Oh, this one looks pretty dated. See, look at this. $349,000, built in the 60s. So, you know, you got the janky 60 elevator, but they got the nasty parquet floors. And yeah, I mean, these photos don't look that great. I don't know where it is, but it's still Vancouver. You got the nasty old kitchen, old Formica countertop. I mean, so you could probably get a deal on this sucker because this doesn't look that great. Oh, that looks beautiful. Look at that. You got a terrace with a water view. Vancouver looks nice. This person ripped the pictures from somewhere. But anyway, here's a place for $349,000. You know, I think the thing is, people get this idea that, you know, oh, well, you're paying like $1,000, 1,000 Canadian dollars per square foot. Well, if you don't like it, don't live in Vancouver. It's simple. It's not that hard, folks. If it's too expensive, move or buy something smaller. It's not that hard. Obviously, Vancouver is desirable enough. And yes, real estate prices are falling. Yes, real estate prices are in the process of falling even more. No, I wouldn't encourage buying right now, but let's broadly forget about the real estate market for a moment, and let's put our big boy thinking hats on for a moment. If you can't afford it, move. If you can't afford it, but you don't want to move, then take advantage of the fact that you're in a high cost of living area and get a job that pays you more. People don't want to hear reality, but if you're only approved for 500K Canadian dollars in Canada, and you're not willing to live in a 1-bedroom, then you have two choices: make more money or move. It's that simple. You know, like you can't have this mindset of, but Kevin, I shouldn't have to pay $1,000 a foot to live in Vancouver. Sorry, that's called the market. That's the way it works. The value that Vancouver provides to people who live in Vancouver, and I don't know anything about Vancouver, it's just the way it is, but the value, obviously, that city provides to people is so high, and the opportunities that it provides to people is so high that other people are managing to figure it out, and other people are managing to make the payment, or they're managing to live in a smaller unit. But just complaining about it, it's the same thing you get in San Francisco, which San Francisco's turned to crap. But you got that all the time. People are like, oh, I can't afford anything. Well, what are you looking for? Well, I'm looking for a 4-bedroom house with a white picket fence, and they're all like $5 million. It's like, well, how many people are living there? Oh, it's just me. Well, you're an idiot. Start smaller. So, you know, you gotta have the right mindset to be able to go ahead and you know, survive in high cost of living areas. And if you don't like it, I will sell you a place in Indianapolis. Okay, you want to move to India? You want cheap housing? I got an $80,000 house to sell you in Indianapolis. And then you could get a 2-bedroom, 1-bath with a yard. You want a 3-and-2 or a 4-and-2 with a white picket fence? 120 grand. Why is it 120 grand for a house with 2,000 square feet and a yard? Because it's harder to make money there. The cost of living is lower. When the cost of living is lower, it means it's harder to make money there. It means you have less opportunities to make money there. So make your choice. You want to live in an area where housing is cheaper and you're like, I got all this for $100,000. Great. What opportunities do you have in the area? Way fewer than a high cost of living area. Now, does that mean you can't make a lot of money and live in Indianapolis? No, look, I could pack up my stuff right now and go buy a $200,000 house that's 5 times the size of what I'm living in now in Indianapolis. And I could continue to make these YouTube videos, but I'm in a unique situation. I don't have to commute to a job or have a business nearby or whatever, right? So there's that unique opportunity. So yeah, of course, there are always exceptions to every rule, but the exception is not the norm. What drives real estate value is the opportunity that people have in that area, whether that is weather-based, whether that is job-based, factory-based, tech startup-based, social-based, I don't know, whatever. The reason values are what they are is because of the opportunities in an area. And to complain that you can't afford anything when clearly you can, you're pre-approved for $500,000 and I found 47 listings for you, is wrong. It just means it doesn't align with what you want. But then, capitalism doesn't work in a wants way. You have to go earn it. Oh, super unaware of white male privilege? Nothing that I just said has to do with race. I don't care if you're Asian, you're black, you're Latin American. If you want to make it in America and in capitalism, guess what? You provide value. I don't care what the color of your skin is. Get off your ass and work. Don't tell me that it's white privilege to say if you want to make money, you need to get off your ass and work. You have every opportunity sitting here leaving racist comments on YouTube. You have every opportunity to get off your ass just like anybody else watching the stream and go work. The licensing requirements for you to become a real estate agent are exactly the same. Whether you're black, white, Asian, a woman, a man, I don't care if you're trans, I don't care. The requirements are exactly the same. In fact, you know what people do in America? They actually play to their advantage. Guess what people do who are black and are really successful? A lot of them, they follow the same requirements. They work their ass off just the way other people are who get licensed. And then guess what? They go into communities and say, you know what? I am different. I am someone who's actually not let race hold me down, and I'm gonna work my ass off, and they use their race to their advantage. They're like, look, I'm a successful black person. I'm a successful Hispanic. I'm a successful Asian. That means because of people's impression of the world, I had to maybe work harder to get ahead. And guess what? Now I'm going to work harder for you. They actually internalize that idea. So rather than looking at the color of your skin or your disadvantages and somehow saying, oh, well, because I'm black, I can't succeed, get off your ass and then turn that around and actually think, how can I actually use that to my advantage? Look at me, I'm successful and I have a different color of skin and I will work even harder for you because that's the impression that maybe then people have. And guess what? Now you have a built-in advantage. Now you've turned a disadvantage into an advantage. It's the way you look at it. If you have this mindset that, oh, some white guy on the internet is telling me I need to work harder and I can get a license just like a white person can get a license, and somehow you think you can't because of the color of your skin, fine. Then suffer for the rest of your life in the woe is me, the world owes me a free house and free rent and free everything, and be miserable and leave comments like that. I don't care, but I am unapologetically a believer that anyone can come to America or a developed country and they can make it. I was born in Germany. I'm not even American. The opportunities that you have in Germany compared to here are nothing compared to what the opportunities are that you have in America. I went from basically going through foreclosure with my parents and having no money to working my ass off to try to make it. It's not like I went out of college and went to some Ivy League school because I'm white or whatever and all of a sudden got a 6-figure paying job. I got my real estate license just like anybody else can. Anybody else can do it. You know, you're stuck in a low cost of living area, get a skill, learn how to provide value, get up, move to a higher cost of living area where there are opportunities for you to get incentivized or subsidized housing. There's no harm in doing that. You know, you can move from wherever you are right now. I guarantee you can move from wherever you are right now and you can make it work moving to the most beautiful weather in the world in San Diego. You pick your butt up, you move to San Diego. Don't care if you have to couch surf, that's what you have to do when you get started. While you're couch surfing, everybody's got a laptop. Take your laptop and guess what? Learn how to be a real estate agent. Learn the real estate market. Learn everything you can about real estate in San Diego. Go get a suit from the Salvation Army. Nobody knows the difference. You don't have to have a lot of money to start up and do these things. But guess what you're going to do? You're going to hang your license at a real estate brokerage. And again, I don't care what color of your skin is. You're going to hang your license at a real estate brokerage in San Diego, and they'll gladly invite you in. They'll mentor you for free because that's how real estate brokerages work. They will literally hand you open house signs to go get off your butt and work. And now, again, don't care what your race is. You wear a suit from the Salvation Army. You're living on a couch. But what are you doing? You're actually trying, rather than leaving bullshit comments on the internet about how your race is keeping you down. Don't get me wrong. Race for generations has been a problem. Poor people are statistically more likely a minority, or put another way, somebody who is a minority is more likely to be poor. I get it. The institutions in America have screwed people who are poor. And that's why you have to leave the poor areas. You have to leave. That's the way it works. And unfortunately in America, poor people become poor. That's the way. I'm just telling you the reality. Poor people become poor. Poverty concentrates. What happens is when things get expensive is people go to lower cost of living areas. Then more people go to those lower cost of living areas. Then the schools get worse, the police services get worse, the medical services get worse, the healthcare and hospital services get worse. Everything gets worse when poverty concentrates. And the only way to break the cycle of poverty is to leave, physically leave the low cost of living areas, in my opinion, and work harder and work your ass off. Now, unfortunately, America doesn't teach that because there are too many people on Twitter and the internet going, we just need universal basic income. And at some point we will need that. But I am the believer that anybody who's watching my videos can make it. Anybody who's actually watching these videos and these channels can make it. That's my belief.